It's very difficult to project these production figures, but how much losses are you looking at Implats?
Thank you, Raj, and thank you for taking the time out to speak to us. Obviously, we've been on care and maintenance for the last 2 weeks, and it is going to take some time to ramp up. And even so, when we are in the ramp up, we will have to do it in a very disciplined, staged approach and evaluate the status of COVID-19 within our operations. So, I think it is infinitely complex to predict production, but I believe we are going to lose at least 200,000 6E ounces during the quarter. Implats has been fortunate in that it has had the ability to treat a surface stockpile of concentrate that was stockpiled at our Rustenburg smelter, and we've had some work in process inventory in refineries, which hopefully will offset some of the direct losses that we are incurring from our mining operations.
Because that's the one thing I was going to ask you about your stockpiles. How much of your stockpiles have you actually been able to physically move during this lockdown?
Yeah, so as far as the working process inventory in refineries are concerned, we've processed everything, and we've actually had to switch off our precious metal refinery. We are in the process of starting up the base metal refinery, which is the first part of the process. And I believe that we will be processing all of our Rustenburg surface inventory by the end of the extended lockdown in 2 weeks' time.
And in terms of, you say, only about 50% production in the near future, how long do you think it's going to take you to get back to full production again?
Chris, I'm to be quite honest, I think it is not easy to predict that, because I think it depends on the status of COVID and our ability as an industry and as a company, a significant company within the industry, to combat that. We've seen from our experiences at our mine in Canada, as an example, where under similar conditions, our operation was exempted as an essential service to the economy of Canada. And when we had a COVID-19 outbreak at the mine, with consent between management of the mine, ourselves, and the health authorities, we decided to suspend operations there for 2 weeks. So I believe that the way the economy is going to restart is going to be in a very disciplined, cautious approach, and we are going to have to respond to events as they unfold. So my honest opinion is that it's probably going to take several months for the company and the industry to return to full production, if we get there before we develop either herd immunity or a vaccine.
And one last question. Your CEO at the Rustenburg operation in the northwest, he's due to appear in the Bafokeng Magistrates Court this morning, charged with breaking the lockdown by the police. What's happening there?
So that's very unfortunate. I've had myself extensive engagements with the general at the Bafokeng police station. We understand each other's position. We believe, as with the other mining companies industry, through the Minerals Council, we have operated under mandate that was sanctioned by the regulator, the Department of Mineral Resources. The SAPS, as the executor, the enforcer of law, did not recognize that mandate, as they are governed by either the Act or regulations that are gazetted. And so we understand that. And so based on their interpretation of either the mandate or the lack of mandate, they've acted. What I'm very happy about is that we are operating from exactly the same page at the moment. We have agreed to collaborate. Calmness have returned back to the Rustenburg area. We are collaborating with them to ensure that there is a systematic and calm approach to restarting the operation. And I believe, we respect the function of the SAPS and would like to support them in the execution of their function to ensure that as a collective, business and the government and all the citizens of the country combine our efforts to combat this terrible disease.